All right, let's take a look at what stocks you should have on your watch list today. And it's a mix of budget and impact, and it's a mix of some of the numbers that have come overnight. Big news on Hero as well, and we will address that. So even as the overall, budget theme plays out, these are some to look at. Let me start with some of the budget stocks. ITC, of course, one. If there is any kind of a hike on cigarette taxes, that would be a negative. If it's a double-digit hike, definitely a negative. A mid-single to a high single-digit would be neutral. Less than mid-single-digit hike would be positive. L&T IRB, take a look at that because of CAPEX. Key to watch, CAPEX growth of less than 15% could be disappointing for these. In terms of the consumption play, Imami, Dabur, Jyoti Labs, Chambal Fertilizers, GSFC, M&M, some of those, L&T Finance, increased allocation towards rural schemes in agricultural sector will be important to watch over here.
Okay. Now, there's more, of course. In the housing space, we're talking about the affordable housing being one of the talking points there and what can be done there. Of course, overall housing, right? So you could see the likes of PNB Housing, LIC Housing, Awas Housing, an increase in the allocation for the housing schemes is certainly something to take into account today and watch very closely. Of course, there's a wider universe beyond the stocks that I've just mentioned. In the oil marketing space, IOCL, BPCL, HPCL, a lower subsidy allocation would be negative on account of the high losses in LPG segment. These are stocks that have buzzed quite significantly in the recent past, and you should also keep on your radar. In the power space, and this is an interesting one because I think that this particular scheme, the amount of money that has so far gone towards, and I'm talking about the corporate level, something like a Tata Power, how much of their portfolio is in rooftop solar, because this is something of a dream project for this government, and there's a lot of potential there if you think about it. Adani Green, Tata Power, Waaree Renewable could all react if there is an announcement of there's an increased allocation to bolster the scheme further. So certainly something to watch out for, Neeraj.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, you keep an eye out for all of those rural beneficiaries, right, which we spoke about. So the Imamis, Daburs, Jyoti Labs of the world. Fertilizer stocks will make a move during the budget speech, no matter what happens. Please keep that in mind. Doesn't mean that those stocks will actually have those gains. So keep that in mind. And some brokerage notes that you want to keep an eye out for as well, I think, which will be very, very important, considering that in stocks like IndusInd and Bandhan, for example, that the numbers, Bandhan in particular, right? The numbers haven't looked that great, but is it pricing all of that in? So UBS, for example, on IndusInd Bank has maintained a neutral rating. They've cut the target to 1,070. They say that it's a miss all round. The weaker NIMs and the fee income and higher credit costs are something to factor in. And there is weak business growth, of course. The slippages have increased to 2.5 versus 2.1% quarter on quarter. Management for now remains cautious of asset quality, but the stock looks cheap, and to consolidate until there is more clarity on unsecured retail asset quality cycle and management succession. So this is something that you certainly want to keep an eye out for. And the one more name before I ask actually, Parag, about some of these as well is Hero MotoCorp, because this is big, guys. 7 days before the results, Niranjan Gupta has stepped down as CEO. Vikram Kasbekar has been appointed as acting CEO, and Niranjan Gupta, remember, had joined the company in 2017, and Gupta will move to pursue other opportunities, which brokerages, well, they have maintained a sell. UBS, for example, saying that the exits add to Hero's leadership woes. This is not great news at all. Okay.
This was a bit of a surprise because, all of our auto enthusiasts and reporters and analysts who covered the Bharat mobility, Niranjan Gupta was front and center on everything that they were releasing, and then suddenly this comes in. So Hero is a thumbs down today, IndusInd Bank as well, and Bandhan also, howler of numbers.
Yeah. The question only is priced in. So Parag, sorry, you want to come in?
So just one result we all forget, PNB.
It
was a very good result.
It was good.
4.9% QOQ deposit, loan book growth. They are at 72% CD ratio, so they have operating leverage. And they have a 91,000 crore worth of trading, a technical write-off kitty, from which some recoveries can continue to happen. Management has already guided on the call that Q4 they are expecting 1,500 crores recovery. So NIMs were maintained at global NIM, I am saying, is 2.9 to 2.93%. So I think everything is in place, and I think on 26, the book value is 120, 27 book value is 138, and stock is at 100. So, and PE multi, if you just count, market cap is just 1,16,000 crore, and this year they'll end with a PAT of 17,000 crore.
Are you buying PNB today, Parag?
So we have already bought.
So